truck today too. The work truck.
Please leave your message for...
Cool. How's it going? It's Luke.
Good, Luke. How are you doing today?
Doing good, doing good. So I wanted to make sure I got on the phone with you. I got a chance to speak with Jake there. And so, you know, everything that we'd kind of talked about this morning, it would be tight for us to make it work. But I mean, I want to ask, I mean, do you think that if we were able to do, you know, kind of just confirmation, if we were able to do that 160 a square foot, do you think you would move forward with it? Could I get, do you think I'd be able to get a confirmation that we would be able to send over an agreement? We'd have an agreement there?
Yeah, I think 160 is kind of what we were looking at, which was like 248.
248, right. Okay. So you're good. If we can make it work, 248 net in your pocket, we got ourselves a done deal.
I think I'm looking at my wife.
Okay.
And she seems happy.
Okay. Well, that's a good start. I've always heard happy wife, happy life.
Bingo. Yeah, you know, that's like kind of what we were thinking about is that 160.
Right.
I think that would make us happy, and I think we could make that work.
Okay. Well, that sounds good. Like I said, it's a little bit tight for us. We'll just have to run it a different way, a different direction there. But we should be able to make that work. And so what I will do then is I will, if you wouldn't mind, let me get your email address real quick.
Okay. You ready?
I'm ready for you.
Okay, it's PJ Cobra.
Perfect. Okay, awesome. What I'll do then is I will have Jake put together the agreement then, and I'll have him email it over to you. Like I said, we'll do on or before 90 day for a 90-day close. And then, like I said, if you guys end up needing more time, just let us know, and we'll work with you on that.
Yeah, likely it'll be probably before 90 days from what we're seeing.
Right. Perfect. And then, yeah, Jake will have that in the contract for you as well.
Okay.
Awesome.
Sounds like a good deal.
Well, hey, you know, hopefully we made it as easy and convenient as possible for you.
Yeah, we like that.
Absolutely. So, like I said, don't worry about putting any more money into the property. You know, you don't need to finish painting. You don't need to, to do anything else. We'll take care of it from there.
Well, when I start a project,
hey, I'm the same way. I'm the same way. So
listen, I'll finish painting your house for you.
I appreciate that. I'm the same way. If I usually start something, I kind of have to finish it as well. So I get that. But no worries at all. Then we'll do whatever you want to do then. But just know that we're moving forward. You're all good to go, and we're looking forward to it. I'm very excited to do business with you.
All right, sounds real good, Luke. We look forward to seeing that contract.
Okay, sounds good, Patrick. Thanks so much.
All right, take care now.
Okay, we'll talk soon.
All right.
Bye now. Got ourselves a deal, doesn't it? Right, so you just got to see my phone call with Patrick, which is our client we've been working with for a while on getting that deal. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to break down to you how Jake and I analyze the deal, figuring out whether we want to wholesale it, wholetail it, or whether we want to flip it. We already know it's not going to be a good Airbnb simply just off the location alone. So let's dive in. All right, so here's some software that we use. It is a website called Rehab Valuator. This is the easiest website that you can use to be able to figure out, exactly what you can kind of expect to make on a given project. So we're just going to put in right here, property name on all three is going to be Verde Whoops. All right. So ARV on this given project is going to be, let's just say, well, the first one that we'll do, let's say we're going to wholesale it. So if we're going to wholesale it, you're typically going to, push the ARV to someone who's going to buy the property. So let's go ahead and say $360,000, which is what we believe the ARV should be with a full renovation. They're going to want to make at least 10% on the money, so you put 10% on there. Repairs, we're going to say a full renovation on this is going to be $40,000. Closing cost to buy, we're going to say probably right in the ballpark of about $4,500. Closing cost to sell, so this is the realtor fees. So we have an agent that will do it for 1% just because we give them all of our projects. And then we also are in Prescott right now, you can sell pretty much everything for about 2.5%. So we will do 3.5% total. And someone's holding costs on this project, we're assuming would be a 90-day hold at $2,500 a month, which is going to be $7,500. So with that being said, if we're buying this property at $248,000, which is what we are planning on, that's going to leave you right about $11,000 for a wholesale profit. So this is typically saying right here that if these numbers are accurate, we should be able to find a flipper who would pay us, $259,000, which would be an $11,000 wholesale profit for us. Next, let's say that we want to wholesale the property. So if we want to wholesale the property, it means you're not going to put as much money into it. You're going to clean it up, maybe put a little bit into it, and then just sell it for a lower kind of more, like not to say realistic, but just a easier number to get for sure. So this would be us doing it. So we're going to put 0 for the percent because we would be doing it. Repairs. Let's say it's a very clean property. You'll be able to see the pictures here, but we will be probably somewhere in the ballpark of about $7,500 in repairs. Closing cost to buy it, it's going to be the exact same. No change there. Closing cost to sell, 3.5. It's going to be the same. And then our holding costs are going to be the same as well, $7,500. So this says that if we were to wholesale the property, which means, like I said, put a little bit into it and go ahead and resell it on the market, this says that buying at $248, this says that we would make somewhere in the ballpark, what's that, about 36? Oh shoot, look at that. That says we'd make 46. Says we'd make $46,000 if we were to wholesale this, if these numbers ended up being where they were at. So this is giving us a pretty good idea of what the better route to go is. And then last, if we were to flip the property. So if we were to flip it, you can go ahead and put in $360,000. Let's see. Again, you don't do anything here because that would be us getting everything. So there's no, max ARV percentage you're trying to hit. Repairs, that's going to be a $40,000 renovation for us. Same exact thing, $4,500 in closing costs, 3.5% for selling the property, $7,500 for the holding cost there. And then wholesale profit, that is going to be, what is that? That's 47? Yeah, 47,000. So basically what this is showing is that if we were to flip the property or to wholesale the property, we're going to make a lot more, probably somewhere in the ballpark of about $35,000 more than if we were to wholesale the property. So you can kind of see what the differences are here. You can see why people, why they say once you get into wholesales and flips, there's so much more money to be made than just wholesaling. Wholesaling is still great and it doesn't have a lot of risk involved, but again, you're making quite a bit less on the overall project. So keep in mind, with these numbers being pretty accurate, one thing to think about is that the wholesale side, it says that we'd only make around $11,000 if we were to wholesale it. But because deals are very few and far between, they're very hard to find right now, we can usually push those numbers. Flippers are usually willing to pay more for the project just because they're harder to find right now. So I would say realistically, instead of making 11, we would probably be able to wholesale this for closer to 15,000, maybe even a little bit more. But I mean, when it comes down to it, if you have the money to do the whole wholesales and the flips, you can just see it just blows it out of the water. You can make that much more. But again, it obviously has a lot more stress that comes with that, just in the sense of, you know, turning utilities on, all that kind of stuff, all the things that come along, all the headaches that come along with wholetailing and flipping. So on this given project, if we're talking about making $46,000 on wholetailing the property versus $47,000 on a full flip on the property, it is an absolute no-brainer for us. I mean, you're talking about putting an extra $7,500 in repairs into one way, or you're talking about putting $40,000 into a full flip. So I mean, it's pretty simple for us to analyze this deal and really realize that a wholesale is 100% the route to go on this project. Guys, this is why it is so insanely key to stay on top of your follow-ups. I kept in front of this guy over and over again, and he gave me a call back and he said, let's make this work. He had told me he still wanted to give 2 or 3 other investors a call, which is why you saw when I called him that I said, you know, I really need to make this work now. I need to know if we're gonna be able to move forward with this. Because what you wanna do is you don't want to give him an out. You don't wanna give him enough room to say, hey, I still need to send this to other people. I still need to get offers from them. You try to really lock down and say, listen, I'm holding you to your word. If you're telling me that we can move forward with this, if I send you over the agreement, you know, are we good to go? And he said yes. So that is what we always try to do. Always try to get them to really, you know, put their word on the line, because usually people don't like to go back on their word, especially if they're good people. They feel bad about doing that. So again, I'm showing you how to turn a simple follow-up into a potential $45,000, $46,000 deal. If you have enjoyed this extremely informative video, then like and subscribe below. I would really appreciate it. And keep remembering, knock out those $40,000 deals, baby.